ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महा योगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नम इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः।
ब्रह्मसूत्र भाष्य क्लास नंबर 85।
अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा जन्माद्यस्य यतः शास्त्रयोनित्वात् तत्तु समन्वयात् Brahma cannot be even the object of vidikriya. Vidikriya is Shabdajanya Bodha, knowledge that is born of the Shruti Mahavakyas, Upanishadic Vakyas. For this, the Shruti quotations were cited. Anya Devata, no, not Anya, that is yes. This Anya Devatad Viditadatho Aviditad Adi etc. The question was, if Brahman is not an object of Vidikriya, the Upanishadic sentences, knowledge born of Upanishadic sentences, how does Shastrayonitvat Sutra lays down that Shastra means Vedanta, Upanishad, is the pramana to gain the knowledge. When you say pramana, what is pramana? Prama janakam or jnana sadhana. When it is a jnana sadhana, then knowledge gained is automatically going to be the object of that pramana, that shabda. Therefore, it should be shabda janya. It should Brahma must be object of Shabdajanya Bodha or Vedanta Pramana. How do you say so? That it is not an object of Vidikriya. The mode of gaining knowledge was explained. How is it? See, first you should know how generally a knowledge takes place. When you perceive an object, Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti takes place. Means in Antakarana, a thought corresponding to the specific object perceived takes place. And this Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti dispels, removes the ignorance of that specific object. But object being inert in nature, you are not able to know it. Who makes you know the object? Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti has done its job and disappeared. It is no more available. It can't do many jobs. Only one job at one time only. Job is over. Then who makes you know? Inert thing cannot be known. See, in darkness there are objects. You can't see. Your eyes are pakka, but you can't see that what you need light. So therefore, to know the inert object, we do need the knowledge principle. Now where this knowledge principle, where knowledge principle is not there, Atma is everywhere, but that Atma everywhere is Asanga, is not available. So therefore, that Chidabhasa, Chaitanya reflected in the Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti, that makes you know or illumines the object. This much is clear. This is what is told technically as that Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti destroying the Ajnana is called as Vritti Vyapti, and this Chidabhasa or Chaitanya reflected in the Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti is technically called as Phala, peculiar one. It's a misleading word. It is Phala means whatever it is, but it is called Phala. And this Phala, that is what this Chit Pratibimba in the Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti, what does it do? Illumines, means what? Makes you aware, makes you know the object. Ignorance has already gone. This is what is called as Phala Vyapti. This is the normal process in gaining the knowledge as explained by Vedanta. Now, what is the Vastu to be known? Not a Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Vishaya. What is it? Brahma. For which also, in the beginning, same process applies. Do you know Brahma? No. Ajnana is there or not? You have to gain the knowledge of Brahma. So Ajnana of Brahma has to be removed. What should be there? There must be a vritti corresponding to the nature of Brahma. There it was Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti. Now here it should be Brahmakara Antakarana Vritti. Now you may ask, Brahma has no akara. All we have seen earlier. Okay, we have to say. Brahma has no akara, true, but Antakarana has got a capacity to be a replica of Brahma as Nirguna. So therefore, that is called as Brahmakara Vritti or Akhandakara Vritti. What does this Vritti do? It removes the ignorance in our Antakarana about the Brahma Swarupa. It removes. This is what is called as the Vritti Vyapti. And for this Akhandakara Vritti, what is the object? Brahma itself. See, Brahma being the object of Akhandakara Vritti is accepted by Vedanta. But the second process doesn't apply. What is the second process? The Phala. What is Phala? Chaitanya reflected in the Akhandakara Vritti, means that Chidabhasa in the Akhandakara Vritti, that illumining, making you know Brahma is not possible because Brahma itself is the knowledge principle. Brahma itself is the knowledge principle. Suppose if that Chidabhasa were to illumine Brahma, do you know what will happen? Anything illumined or made known by Chaitanya is necessarily inert in nature, Jada. So, Chit Vishaya, object of Chaitanya, is Jada, inert in nature. What about Brahma? In fact, it is the Bap of Chidabhasa. It is the one, like say, you see the reflected sun in the water and this thing. Do you mean to say this reflected sun is able to illumine the sun? No. Why? It is the Bimba. This is the Pratibimba. So Brahma is the Bimba. Chidabhasa in the Khandakara Vritti is Pratibimba. There is no question of this Pratibimba illumining who? Bimba. It is not necessary. Why? It is verily the knowledge principle. So therefore, Phala Vyapti is not there. So that means Brahma doesn't become the object of Chaitanya because Chaitanya itself is Brahma. Understood? That is what is there. So Vidikriyayaha Vishaya Brahma cannot be. This is what was told. So this is what was told. Little humming is there. So this Vidikriya, this it cannot be. So now this is corroborated by so many Shrutis. Yas tathacha Shastram. third line, 79.
तथा च शास्त्रम यस्य अमतं तस्य मतं मतं यस्य न वेद सः अविज्ञातं विजानताम् विज्ञातम् अविजानताम् न दृष्टेः द्रष्टारं पश्येः न विज्ञातेः विज्ञातारं विजानीयाः इति च एवम् आदि.
We have seen this. This Upanishadic sentence already seen. We have to see the Tika. Up to Tathacha we had seen. After Tathacha, Yasya Brahma Amatam. See, Yasyamatam Tasya Matam Matam Yasya Na Vedasaha. Tikakara explained, though we have already seen yesterday. Says Yasya for the one, Brahma is Amatam. What is Amatam? Meaning is Chaitanya Vishayaha, means Chaita Shashti Tatpurusha. Chaitanyasya Avishayaha, not an object of Chaitanya. Now Chaitanyasya Avishayaha, nothing can become Vishaya of Chaitanya. What is meant is Chidabhasa. That is here the Chidabhasa. And which Chidabhasa? In that Tattadakara Antakarnuti. See, here I said Tattadakara Antakarnuti, not Vishayakara Antakarnuti, because Brahma is not Vishaya. But when you say Tattadakara Antakarnuti, it encompasses Brahma also. Means whatever you want to know, vritti corresponding to its nature. Vritti corresponding to its nature. Vritti corresponding to its nature. So that is what is required. So therefore here Chaitanya Vishaya means Chaitanyasya Avishaya iti Nishchayaha. One who knows that it is not an object of Chaitanya, but not simply knowing like information, directly cognizing as verily Swarupa and not as an object with the Pramata being present there, not that way. So iti Nishchaya tena samyak avagatam. By that person, samyak avagatam, Brahma is known in its true nature. On the contrary, yasya tu adnyasya Brahma chaitanya vishayaha, for which adnyani Brahma is what? Chaitanyasya vishayaha, object of Chaitanya, means I know. See, when you have said I know, I is subject and known is object, and known object necessarily must be jada. So therefore yasya tu adnyasya Brahma Chaitanya Vishayaha, means Chaitanyasya Vishayaha iti matam. One who considers so, one who has known so, saha na veda, he doesn't know what Brahma is. This is same thing, is further corroborated. Uktam eva dardhyartham anuvadati. Anuvadati restates or corroborates whatever that was told, just to make it much more firm, clear. Avidnyatam vijantam vidnyatam avijantam. That was seen now. Avidnyatam iti. Avishayataya Brahma vijanatam. Brahma, for whom vijanatam, those who have got direct knowledge. How? Avishayataya. Avishayataya. As not an object. As not an object. So that is na vishayataya, is the Brahma. Vijanatam, that is vijanatam avidnyatam. What is avidnyatam? This is not a contradiction. To those who know, it is not known. Meaning is given. Avidnyatam means adrishyam. Adrishyam means na drishyam. Those who have got Brahma Sakshatkara, For them, Brahma is not drishya, means not an object of knowledge as this. So adrisha means nadrisha. Iti pakshaha. Pakshaha here is point, argument. This is their point. This is their standpoint. So those who directly know it, for them it is not a drishya, not an object of knowledge as this. Whereas ajnanam tu Brahma, for those who are ajnanis, vidnyatam. What is vidnyatam? Drishyam iti pakshaha. That standpoint is what? It is drishya, it is known as an object. But iti paksha iti pakshaha iti arthaha. This is the actually vidnyatam, actually vidnyatam, vijnata. This is the specific meaning that the Acharya in the Kenopanishad has given. Because vidnyatam means what? Sakshatkritam. Vidnyatam is sakshatkritam. But he has given this specific meaning in a specific context. Context was that this student was shaken. If you think that you have got knowledge, you know precious little. Because just to know what is his actually discovery as well. So in that context, that has to be seen. So not as a literal meaning of vidnya, because vidnya means sakshatkar. So further, other na drishtehe drashtaram pashyehe na vidnyatehe vidnyataram vijaniyaha. Drishtehe drashtaram. Now what is drishti here? See, drishti word varies. Here, Atma can be also drishti swarupa. Drashta, drishti can be Chaitanya, can be drishti. But here drishti is Vishayakara Antakarna Vritti. This is used in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Vishayakara. And here, seeing is involved, and that Vishayakara Antakarna Vritti is specifically Rupakara Antakarna Vritti. Drishtehe means of, that is, let us say, what is drishti? Chakshusha manovrittehe. Tikakara gives the meaning. Chakshusha manovrittehe. Manovritti, antakarna vritti, pertaining to what? Chakshu. Pertaining to chakshu means rupakara antakarna vritti. So chakshusha manovrittehe. Drashtaram, meaning is given. Sakshinam, so lakshanam. No pashyehe, you will not be able to see. By what? Drishtaram says, drishte darshan na pashyehe. By what? Anaya drishyaya drishtya. See, Shruti says, you will not be able to see the illuminator, sakshi of rupakara antakarna vritti. By what? By what means what? Anaya drishyaya drishtya. By this drishti, rupakara antakarna vritti, which is drishya. Drishya means which is something known as idam. Don't you know that vritti? Because you know the form. So therefore it is known as this. By this rupakara antakarna vritti, which is drishya, by that you will not be able to see, means know the sakshi tattva, which made you know the Rupakara Antakarna Vritti. Na Pashyehe. Same thing for Buddhi Vritti. Vidnyatehe. So Vidnyatehe, Vidnyataram. What is Vidnyatehe? Buddhi Vrittehe Nishchaya Rupayaha. Nishchaya Rupayaha Buddhi Vritti. A Buddhi Vritti which is decisive in nature. Which is decisive in nature. Nishchayatmika. So decisive in nature. Of that vidnyatehe. Then vidnyataram. With the vidnyata, sakshinam. Sakshinam. Or sakshi means the one who makes you know the this buddhi vritti, nishchayatmika buddhi vritti. Says tatha means by that buddhi vritti, na vishayi kuryat. Na vishayi kuryat. Na vishayi kuryat. So therefore, Brahma cannot be the object of Vidhi Kriya. All that Akhandakara Vritti does is removes the ignorance. Afterward, Brahma in his true nature gets totally revealed. Now he concludes. Tika continue. Nanu avidyadi nivasi. Now the point is like this. Sir, you tell us that what Vedanta does as a pramana removes the ignorance. And what you gain? Moksha. Jnana means moksha. Agreed? Hold it to it. Hold on. Afterward, don't say, no, I didn't say that way. Don't tell that. So it removes the ignorance. And you gain knowledge, and that is what? Moksha. Earlier, did you have knowledge? Huh? You had knowledge? Then, no, you didn't have knowledge. You didn't have knowledge means you didn't have moksha. Agreed? Huh? Now you ajnana went. Jnana came. Moksha came. Moksha did begin or not? You have to think so much. It was not there earlier. Now it is there. It has begun. What is begun is bound to end. And therefore, your Brahma Jnana and your moksha both are going to end. What are you going? Why are you wasting time? Thoda maja Otherwise, your Janma Marana are bound to be there. So how is it that way? So he says, that is what Purva Paksha, for which answer is in the next Bhashya sentence. See the Tika. Nanu avidyadi nivartakena shastrasya pramanye api. Sir, I accept. What do I accept? Shastra has pramanya. It has got the status of being pramana. How? Avidya nivartakatva. It removes this. I say Brahma is not object, but I agree. Everything I agree, yes, sir. Yes, Shastra pramanya api. Nivrittehe agantukatva. Avidya nivritti is what? Agantuka means it is something adventitious, which is incidental, means bahar se aaya hua abhi. Avidya nivritti earlier was not there. Now it has come into existence. Like a baby that is born. Earlier baby was there? No. The baby is born. Now avidya nivritti is born now. So born now. And whatever that is born is bound to end. So therefore I say, Nivrittehe agantukatva mokshasya anityatvam syat. Moksha should be necessarily anitya. Mokshasya anityatvam syat. You see, mokshasya syat iti no iti aha. No, sir, it is not that way. Why? Listen. Answer is ataha.
अतः अविद्या कल्पित संसारित्व निवर्तनेन नित्य मुक्त आत्मस्वरूप समर्पणात् न मोक्षस्य अनित्यत्व दोषः.
Ataha. Be careful about this word ataha. We know ataha means therefore we say. This is not therefore. See, this means what? By that knowledge born of Shastra Pramana. Ataha means, take the Tika. Ataha iti Tattvajnanat ityarthaha. Ataha means by this. Here it means by this, not therefore. By this. What is that? Tika. Tattvajnanat ityarthaha. If you want further, take Nyaya Nirnaya, last but third line, Ataha iti Shastrotthadya Jnanad iti yavat. Last but third line, Nyaya Nirnaya. Ataha meaning he gives Shastrotthad Jnanad iti yavat. By the knowledge that is born by Shastra Pramana. Or here also last but third line, Ratna Prabha, Tattvajnanat ityarthaha. Ataha, so by this Tattvajnana, Shastrotthad Jnana, अविद्या कल्पित संसारित्व निवर्तनेन. What does avidya do? It removes samsaritva. But is that samsaritva real? No, it is avidya kalpita, falsely projected by avidya. Say, and therefore, what does this shastra do? Nitya muktatma swarupa samarpana. It presents you, it reveals you Atma who is Nitya Mukta. Our stock example from Atma Bodha is that Megha Paye Anshuman Iva. You are not able to see the sun now. Let us say the clouds are clear. Now, do you mean to say the clouds have now manufactured the sun? When you are not seeing, sun is as brilliant and bright as it is always. Your sight was covered and sight got uncovered. You can't say the sun is created by the you are seeing as such. So likewise, your antakarana was covered by avidya and its projected samsara. Removed, Atma was earlier Nitya Mukta, now Nitya Mukta, ever Nitya Mukta. So your ignorance gone, you directly discover. So therefore he said, Samsaritva Nivartanena Nitya Muktatma Samarpanat. Samarpanat means because Nitya Mukta Atma Swarupa is presented, or more precisely revealed, made known to you. Therefore, na mokshasya anityatva dosha. Moksha cannot be impermanent. When it can be impermanent? Avidya nivritti has created moksha, yes. But it is always mukta. See, this is why adhyasa. Problem of adhyasa is who told it that it is really a peculiar problem. So that's why we have to proceed step by step, atha onwards. We have to stay. No, before atha you should know ataha. Atha, then atha, then afterward that is there. So Brahma Jidnyasa Kartavya. And how long Brahma Jidnyasa Kartavya? Avagati Paryantam. Why Avagati Paryantam? Anubhava, what can be done? Anubhava Vasanatvat, Bhuta Vastu Vishayatvat. This much you always keep in mind like a tape recorder. Then at you will remember what is it all about, etc. So where to start, what is lacking, what is to be cultivated, all this will be very clear as such. सिर्फ नोट्स लेने से काम नहीं होगा. So that is a anityattvadi iti. So that is iti ataha aha. So that is his anityatva dosha. Now see that tika, last but one line. Dhvansasya nityatva. Sir, dhvansa. You know what is dhvansa? Destruction. In the context, destruction of what? Avidya. Destruction of avidya by this Shastra Pramana is what? Nityatva is ever existed. Do you know why? Once that ignorance gone, it won't come back. Clouds gone can come back. That is different thing. That example won't work here. But Ajnana, once gone, it cannot come back. That is the nature of Ajnana. So therefore, dhvansasya, that avidya nashasya, nityatva. And again, moksha is what? Atma Swarupa. It is not created, it is always so. So therefore, Atma Swarupatvacha. So that is more that you have to say, mokshasya Atma Swarupatva. Moksha being Atma Swarupa, he says, na anityatva prasangaha. There doesn't arise any occasion that this moksha, which is accomplished by avidya nivritti, can ever become anitya, is not possible. This topic is over. So therefore, Brahma has no connection whatsoever with any kriya, including Vidhi kriya. Now you say, moksha cannot be the result of karma or upasana, because results of karma or upasana are always specified, and they are only of 4 types. Result of any karma, kriya, upasana can be only of 4 types. So that is that. That is utpadya, vikarya, apya, samskarya. So utpadya, that which is to be produced. Vikarya, we'll see that in detail. That which is to be changed, modified. Samskarya, that which is to be made perfect. I'm going to give you meaning afterwards, but just to short, in short, samskar, that is apya. Apya, that is to be attained. That is to be attained. Prapya. Then samskarya, that which is to be made perfect, which is to be, that is perfected. So these are the only 4 types of result one can ever expect to gain from karma. Moksha cannot be any one of these 4. This is going to be now proved at length. So this is that. That is, moksha is inaccessible, or karma and its phala is inaccessible to moksha, or moksha is totally distinct from the karma phala, which is of 4 types. This starts from yasya tu utpadyaha mokshaha, etc. Then you go up to page 83. Long one. Page 83, line 1st. Praveshaha iha na upapadyati. Praveshaha iha na upapadyati. So this is what. Let us see now.
यस्य तु उत्पाद्यः मोक्षः तस्य मानसं वाचिकं कायिकं वा कार्यम्
अपेक्षते
इति युक्तम् तथा विकार्यत्वे च.
Stop. Put a stop there. Vikaryatve cha, put a full stop there. There is no full stop, you put a full stop. Vikaryatve cha. So that is, after vikaryatve cha, put a full stop. It is not there in your book. Yasya tu utpadyaha moksha. Now we take the tika first. Last but one line. Utpatti, vikara, apti, samskara rupam, chaturvidham eva kriyaphalam. Kriyaphala, result of any action including upasana. It says only up to 4 types. What are those? Utpatti, you can take the meaning. Utpatti is birth, producing as a result. Utpatti is birth or producing as a result. Take utpadya also, because these words are very frequently now going to come. Therefore, utpadya means a thing to be produced. Utpadya, a thing to be produced. So therefore this is utpatti. Then vikara. Vikara means a change, a modification. Change, modification, or transformation. Change of form or nature. Because these words have got a very vast meaning. You should know the context wise, you have to take the appropriate. That is change of form or nature. This is vikara. What is vikarya? A thing that is changed or modified. Vikarya is a thing that is changed or modified. Next is apti. Apti, or also called as prapti, means gain or acquisition. Gain or acquisition. That gain, acquisition, or obtaining a thing. Attainment. Obtaining a thing, attainment. Now, therefore, apya means prapya. Apya means prapya. Attainable, obtainable, obtainable. So that is the obtainable. Earlier, apti also can mean procurement. Apti can also mean procurement. Now this is now apya is prapya, attainable, obtainable, or procurable, which can be procurable. Sanskara means making perfect, or what is called as refinement or perfection. Then samskarya means a thing made perfect or refined. A thing made perfect or refined. I have given you the meaning so that as we proceed, I can straight away use the Sanskrit word. Of course, even otherwise we know this. We know this word, not some new words, but better be precise about the meaning in the context. Because otherwise, no, we have got some idea about the word, but we don't know precisely what that word means. So that we say, chaturvidham eva kriyafalam, but tad bhinnatvat mokshasya. Tika continued last line. Mokshasya tad bhinnatvat. Moksha being bhinna, different from tad means what? Kriyafala. Moksha being different from kriyafala, bhinnatva. He says, na upasana sadhyatvam. It is not a thing which is to be accomplished by upasana, because moksha doesn't fit in the kriyafala, upasana phala or karma phala. This is now proved in Bhashya, yasya tu ityadina. Tikakara first time tells us from where to where, because it's a long passage is there. So therefore, yasya tu ityadina tasma jnanam ekam muktva iti antena. We have seen, he has given the beginning of the sentence. Page 82, second half, last line. Tasma jnanam ekam muktva kriyayaha gandhamatrasya api anupraveshaha iha na upapadyate. What he has seen only. So that is, this is what shows that moksha cannot be upasana phala. That's it. Moksha cannot be upasana phala. Now he says, yasya tu, the one for whom. Do you know who are these fellows? Seshvara Mimamsaka. Mimamsaka, who accepts Ishvara. Mimamsakas, Purva Mimamsakas don't accept Ishvara. But here everything is karma for them. So here those who accept Ishvara, Seshvara Mimamsaka, then Yoga school of thought and Tarkikas. In the case of these persons, these schools of thought, yasya tu utpadyaha mokshaha. The yasya tu, there you can add pakshe or mate. Yasya tu, afterwards you can add pakshe, the bhashya last line. Tu utpadyaha, yasya tu utpadyaha yasya tu, after tu add pakshe or mate, utpadyaha moksha, means those in accordance with whose school of thought moksha is what? Utpadyaha, but is a thing that is to be produced by karma or upasana. Tasya, for such people, certainly these karmas are required to gain the moksha. What are those? Manasam, either mental, vachikam, oral, kayikam va, or physical, karyam apekshate iti yuktam, proper. Means moksha, according to them, moksha is something to be produced, and something produced to be meant you have to do something. It can be physical action, mental action, or oral action. Oral action, what is that? Praise. You praise the Lord as a Purush Sukta. So that Sukta, it's not only Purush Sukta, any praise, any stotra, etc. So like that, something is required because it is to be produced. So that iti yuktam is proper. Tatha vikaryatvecha. There earlier, mokshasya anityatva dosha was there, no? Just tatha, above tatha in the bhashya. Just I am giving the meaning of the word. Anitya, you can make a note, transient also. We say impermanent, but English transient is a better word for anitya, that's all. Because I overlooked to point it upon. So mokshasya anityatva dosha. So that means that dosha is not going to come. Moksha cannot become transient because it is nitya swarupa. Just one line above bhashya. I didn't give the word meaning. So now here say tatha cha, tatha vikaryatvecha, means vikaryatvecha means yesham moksha vikaryaha, for those for whom moksha is something produced by change, something that is vikarya, that is a thing that is changed or modified. Tathacha means what? In their case also, like the utpadya, what is required? Either manasika, vachika, or kayika karma is required. That's all. See, in their case also it is so. Actually, English is that way it is. In those who say moksha is vikarya, it is so. It is so means what? As in the case of utpadya, these karmas are necessary. Tikakara here tells us, tatha, the same sentence, tatha, utpad, what is tatha? Utpadyavat, like the moksha that is to be produced, tatha, utpadyavat. Vikaryatve, if moksha is something to be accomplished by some change or modification, vikaryatve, cha apekshate. What is apekshate? Kriya. What type of kriya? Either manasika, vachika, or kayika. Iti yuktam, it is proper. Iti artha, iti anvayaha, iti anvayata. Yes, maybe so. No, sir. Problem is here. If you take moksha, now see, Bhashya gives answer to these two opinions together. Moksha, utpadya, those who say, and moksha, vikarya say. What is the dosha, if that is the case? So therefore it says, tayoho pakshayoho mokshasya dhruvam anityatvam. We are not ready, doesn't matter. Okay. So therefore, tayoho pakshayoho, in both the cases, this is certain. What is dhruvam? Dhruvam means certain. What is that? Mokshasya anityatvam. Moksha is bound to be impermanent. It is not, it is going to be transient. Anityatvam, transient, means that in the translation like this, the transience, anityatvam is that the transience of moksha envisaged by these two schools of thought, is certain. The transience of moksha envisaged by both of them is certain. Why? Says for, let us see, the reason is given, nahi dadhi adi.
नहि दधि आदि विकार्यम उत्पाद्यम वा घटादि नित्यं दृष्टं लोके.
Reason is this. Dadhyadi vikarya. Simple example. That which is changed or modified. What is that? Dadhi adi. Curds, etc. What happens? You put curdling in the milk. It changes, is it not? Adi. Vikaryam. That which gets changed. Utpadyam va ghatadi. Pot, cloth, etc. which are produced. What do you find in the world? Nitya or anitya? Huh? So therefore, nahi nityam drishtam loke. Beginning nahi is there. They are never seen to be permanent in the nature. So that being the case, what will happen? Your moksha is either vikarya or utpadya. It will be transient in nature. Let it be. You already seen. No school of thought, even if they differ in the nature of moksha, but never they will accept it as anitya. So moksha can never be anitya. Nityam drishtam loke. Dushayati tayoho iti. That is what he said. Dushayati tayoho. Not we have said tika. Dushayati. So dushayati means what? Points out the defect. Points out the or leave it, otherwise it will again create problem. Dushayati tayoho iti. So that means he points out the defect in their concept that moksha can be either produced or changed or modified. Okay. So now, next one. Nacha.
Nacha api tvena api
Apyatvena api nacha
nacha apyatvena api कार्यापेक्षा स्वात्मरूपत्वे
sati
सति
अनाप्यत्वात् स्वरूप
स्वरूप
व्यतिरिक्तत्वे अपि ब्रह्मणा न आप्यत्वं
सर्वगतत्वेन
नित्य आप्त स्वरूपत्वात्
सर्वेण ब्रह्मणः आकाशस्य इव.
So you dismisses now apya. You dismiss apya. See, already utpada vikarya not possible told, apya also not possible. Says, what is it? It says, nacha apyatvena api karyapeksha. So that is Brahma, not Brahma, moksha as apya. Apya means prapya. That is, even if moksha is considered to be something as an attainable thing, apya prapya means something that can be attained. Even if moksha is considered to be an attainable thing, it doesn't require action. Apyatvam means na karyapeksha, doesn't require action. Do you know why? He says, you tell me, two possibilities are there. Jiva is identical with Brahma or Jiva is different from Brahma. In either case, it is what? It is there is nothing that is possible to acquire it. How? Jiva is identical with Brahma. Means Jiva is Brahma. Come on, do you attain yourself? Where do you go? Supermarket? To purchase yourself. You are what you are. There is no, it is not something that can be attained. Now suppose, no, Brahma is different from Jiva, therefore it has to be attained. Yes, but think properly. What is, no. Brahma to be attained. What is Brahma? Sarvavyapi. Sarvavyapi, how can you attain? It is there. Come on, acquire space. Unless you have less space here. Can you acquire space? Because why? It is already there. It is already there. So Brahma, you may not know Brahma, and you say it may be different from Jiva, but Brahma is everywhere. How are you going to acquire? It's not possible. So that is how you say. So that is Swatma Rupatve Sati Anapyatva. If Brahma is one's own Swarupa, it cannot be gained. That is what he said. Apyatvena api karyapekshana. Even if moksha is considered as apya by you, we don't say that. As you, kriya is not required. Why? Only two possibilities. Svatma Rupatve, if Brahma is one's own Swarupa, Sati Anapyatva, it cannot be attained at all because it is yourself. Swarupa Vyatiriktatve api. No, Brahma is different from Jiva. He says, in that case also, Brahmanaha na apyatvam. Brahma cannot be acquired. It cannot be attained. Why? Sarvagatattvena, Brahma being all pervasive, Nitya apta swarupatva. It is always attained just as you are never away from space. Akasha, always there. That's the question. You don't make any effort to get space as such. You are in space. You are in space. Space is in you. Space is in and through you. That is the question of gaining. At least space may not be somewhere as such because it is in creation. Where no creation is there? Padosya Vishwa Bhutani. The insignificant portion has become the creation. Rest is what? Tripadasya Amrutam Divi. Don't make 1/4 and 3/4. Okay. So, rest Brahma as it is, unscathed. Even this also unscathed only by Jagat. So, therefore, space is where only Jagat is there. There is that. But Brahma, even no creation, Brahma is there. So from that standpoint, say Sarvagatatvena Nitya Apta Sarutpatva Sarvena Brahmana. Sarvena. And you can't say Brahma is Nitya Apta, everyone has attained, but only Jnanis, not Ajnanis. No, Sarvena. Sarvena means Ajnani, they may not know Brahma is there verily because that is their Swarupa. Brahmana. How? Akashasya iva. Sarvena Brahmana. That is what? Nitya Apta Swarupatvat Sarvagatena. Brahmana Sarvagatatvena. Brahma being all pervasive, it is something which is gained by all alike without exception always. Akashasya iva. Like the Akasha. Just as Akasha cannot be, that is gained because it already cannot be attained because already there. Brahma is already there and no one can gain it because it is all pervasive in nature. Tika. What is vikara? Tikakara defines. Sthitasya avasthantaram vikaraha. A definition of vikara, change, modification. Sthitasya means, don't say sthitasya means standing, of an existing thing. Sthitasya means of an existing thing. Because otherwise, stha tishtati means stand. Past participle is sthita. So, one who has stood, not that way. Of an existing thing, sthitasya. Avasthantaram means taking another avastha, state, that is vikara. So therefore, that is of course that is for earlier vikari. Now, sir, what did you tell? Brahma is, this is connection to apya, na apya. Brahma, if vikarya, you will say it will be subject to change and get destroyed. And therefore the karma cannot be this. Now let us have a clear understanding. Brahma is not vikarya, but it can be the result of karma. How? You have come to this class. Brahma Sutra class you come. From where do you come here? From your home. Is it not? So now you are not producing this place. You are not producing, but you have reached the place. Reached the place. Like that, Brahma is to be reached. Brahma is to be reached. By reaching, what you have to do? You have to do karma. You are walking or whatever vehicle, whatever, that is what it says. Nano anityatva nirasaya. Yes. Nano anityatva nirasaya. To remove the transience of moksha, kriya sthitasya eva brahmana. Brahma, which is existing in nature, like you are a place, like office, let us say, or you are returning home, or this class, place of this class. Sthita, it is existing only. Like the Brahma also is existing Brahma only. Sthitasya eva brahmana gramavad aptihi astu. Let there be attainment like a grama. Grama means village. For example, this class place, the venue of the class. See, look, it is there. You only reach here. Brahma is there. We don't dispute it. But you reach it. For which, what is necessary? Karya is necessary. He says, answer in, already seen. Nacha apyatvena api karya apeksha. Because there, your home is at one place, class venue is at other place. Brahma being, either if it can be oneself, if you accept, or if it is different, either case, oneself, because being yourself, you can't reach. If it is different, being all pervasive, you can't reach. Apya, karya is not possible. So that is. Now, samskarya, all discussion about samskarya only. Brahma is not something that can be made perfect. Some imperfection got crept in Brahma. ये माया है ना, that Maya induced some imperfection. अभी क्या करना पड़ेगा? वो imperfection को निकालना पड़ेगा. Brahma is such that Maya will get extinct, but not, it won't change at all. It cannot be induced by anything. See? There, so that we have seen this. Brahma Jiva, Tika is second line. Brahma Jiva Bhinnam Nava. Either Brahma is Abhinna, identical with Jiva, or na. Ubhayatapi, in either case, it says, Apyatvat, na, Ubhayata api, Aptatvat. Because something which already attained. If Brahma is identical with the Jiva, there is no question of attainment, already attained. If Brahma is not identical, even then attained because Sarvagata. So it is a na kriyapeksha ityaha swatma rupatve satyatva sati anapyatva. The just connection to bhasha. Second line of bhasha. Swatma rupatve anapyatva. Now, not samskarya, take tika. Yatha vrihinam samskaryatveena prokshanapeksha tatha mokshasya na iti aha. Vrihi. So tha vrihina means that is grains of rice. Grains of vrihi, grains of rice which are being used for sacrifice, etc. They are to be purified. You know what is done? The ritvik done? Prokshana. Even puja. Apavitro va sarvanga. He just goes on. See. And also, oneself also, that purity also is necessary. But some mantras are there. With some mantra. It's called prokshana, sprinkling. By what? To purify that. That is samskara. Purification is samskara. Like that, Brahma has got some impurity. It should be purified. Say no. Bhashya.
न अपि संस्कार्यः मोक्षः येन व्यापारम् अपेक्षेत.
Says this anvaya you take. Moksha samskaryah api na. Moksha is not even samskarya, the thing that can be made perfect or purified or that which can be refined. Yena, because of which vyaparam apeksheta requires, and vyapara means, yena means moksha is not samskarya requiring an action. Means if moksha is a samskarya, what is required? Action is required. Moksha is not samskarya. So he defines. So what is here? How samskara is done? Samskara is done by either by adding something plus or by removing something negative minus. Both are not possible in Brahma. We'll see.
स्वां मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य महानि सः श्रुतं मे मा प्रभासि अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत् कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवेत् न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भोनिधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदम् श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये अशुभानि निराचष्टे तनोति शुभसन्ततिम् स्मृतिमात्रेण यत्पुंसां ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं परम् अतिकल्याणरूपत्वात् नित्यकल्याणसंश्रयात् स्मर्तॄणां वरदत्वाच्च ब्रह्म तन्मङ्गलं विदुः ओंकार ऋकारश्चाथ शब्दश्च द्वारा